Never mind the Renaissance sculptors. Have you seen what they could do 2,000 years ago in Pompeii? I think the Renaissance sculptors were just copying, maybe learning from art that's been here a long time, because wow, look at how beautiful these folds are. This is they think it's the priestess Livia. Look at how you can almost see through to her breasts, and how the drapery is done. This is really beautiful. And you can see her knee through the drapery. That. We talk about some of the great masters. This is 2,000 years ago. A lot older than the Renaissance ones. Online, everybody says if you're going to go to Pompeii, you have to come to the Archaeological Museum in Naples. Seriously. Seriously, you gotta come to this. It's gonna make it much more clear of how incredible the society was and how people lived to see things. I highly recommend. Travel tip. There is a thing called a Campania cart, the art card. You can get a 3-day, which allows you 2 sites, a 5-day, which I think allows you 3 sites, and a 7-day, which I think was 3 or 4, maybe 5 sites. Maybe. I am losing my mind at the gorgeous mosaics. What was I even doing going to all those sites everywhere else? Oh my gosh, it's insanely beautiful. This is you know what? If you come to Pompeii first and you just look around and you've never seen any of the other places and you don't really know what's out there in the world, then yeah, it's grand. But when you have looked at what else is out there in the world, it's oh my God, it's so amazing. It's so insanely amazing. We would never get to see this normally unless you're very, very rich, higher ups, because this, of course, was all in the upper class homes and their villas. So, poor ass people like me would never get to see this stuff. All of this was only found in the 1700s, so that also helped preserve a lot of it. Because by the 1700s, people cared a lot about, archaeology, and they knew about tourism and the value of that to bring people to save it, but they already cared. The details of this room. You just saw that was the reaction. Maybe I should start doing reaction posts of museums, hey? But what little tiny itty bits I know, since I don't have a degree and haven't actually studied, I just travel and learn stuff. Okay, I just want to show you how big this is. I don't know how to make this clear of it's a small little piece, but the detail look at this woman. She's got this expression on her face, right? Do you see how tiny those little stones are? Look at this. Her whole face is the size of my thumb. It is a bit bigger. I don't want to touch it, but I'm gonna touch this friggin' thing. Look at this. I'm losing it. I'm losing my stuff here. Look at this. I get the feeling these were painted. So, yes, it's itty-bitty mosaics, but not necessarily that they took the stone of that color, but they painted the stone, maybe? I don't know. It's friggin' too amazing. I can't even. Also, even if they just paint over itty-bitty tiny pieces of stone and not by putting in colors of stone, which I'm pretty sure this is all colored of stone, actually. Look at the detail of that. Every stone is uniquely its own color. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's too amazing. The expressions. Okay, so even if it's painted, just to remember, this is 2,000 years ago, before the Renaissance. In most of our art history stuff, and like when you're looking around museums, most of the stuff that you see from like 2,000 years ago are those really flat, really super basic faces. You can't see anything. Like the old iconography of the church, like nothing was three-dimensional. And yet Pompeii certainly knew. The artists knew how to do three-dimensional works. And in fact, in the cup, it's a pagan cup that you would put a little wine or whatever in and drink from and praise the gods. Here you go. And it's from Cleopatra's time. Went around all over. It did not come from Pompeii, but it went around all over and got passed down through families and got passed along. And blah, blah, blah. Rick Steves talks about this. This is where I'm learning some of this. But this cup, if you think about this, the Egyptians were carving this kind of thing. That's where it came from. The Egyptians were carving this stuff in BC era, long before Pompeii's era. So art definitely was around, much better than I think a lot of the museums gave credit for. I think because they kind of like to ignore everything that's not white. Let's discuss that. Does anyone who's taken art history can add to this and like add to my understanding of art? Because I haven't done art history. I just learn as I go, and I've gone to a lot of places, so I pick up bits and pieces. But so if anybody or you know somebody, get them on here and get them. I want to know, like, why is our understanding of art lacking everything clearly artists and art historians know exists if you look outside of European art history 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. In ancient Egypt, they had very beautiful art that shows three dimension, and in Pompeii's time, they very clearly do. Yes, let me know what's going on.